suffocate my spirit. 'Cause I'm the king on my own throne, king on my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall, fall. You'll never see me fall. Watch me reign, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all. You'll never see the rain, and I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all, slay them all. You'll never see the when I'm burning like fire and you walk all the sides. I'm drawn in desire and you have to think twice. It's hard to keep smiling when I try to set things straight. You don't even listen. I'm just getting late, like you're on a mission. Dawn in desire, and you have to think twice. You make me weak. You're the one I seek, and I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, come on to your heart, come on to your heart, and I'm in cassette. It's hard to keep smiling when you're closing every door. I'm trying to open. I tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. You make me weak. You're the one I seek, and I hate that I love you. I hate that I love you. If I could, and I would, come on to your heart, come on to your heart, and I'm in cassette. tell you love you more, and you say it's broken. But it wouldn't mend mine.
Hello? Yes, I am still holding the mic because my mics have not come in yet. Make sure I'm live here. I should. Anyways, the mic was on the whole time. Good thing it's anything embarrassing. Okay, we're good. Alright. What an interesting Raw, huh? Wasn't that just a great, fantastic Raw? It was phenomenal. It was a great Raw. Now, we'll dive into it in a second here. I actually thought that tonight's Raw really wasn't all that bad. They clearly thought this out and clearly made actually an effort to make the show better tonight. Which is an upside because, let me tell you what, last couple weeks of Raw after WrestleMania has just been horrible. And we all know this. I've ranted about it. You've ranted about it. We've all ranted about it. It's been horrible. It's been absolutely horrendous. But as in terms of the show go, yeah, that makes sense. It really wasn't all that bad. I actually quite enjoyed it a lot better than, I guess, most, you know? Most Raws. I mean, Chris, I don't know how Raws I've watched, and we just want to throw up the end of it. This is one of the first Raws in a long time that I actually felt okay, you know, leaving it and, you know, letting it be, I suppose. Like, I'm not mad about it by any means. So, yeah, interesting. It's very interesting Raw. Let's just hope that WWE continues to build on top of this, you know. I guess most, you know. Shit. But we're going to order the show here. Kind of a, I want to say sudden start, but I was kind of sporadic in this last minute here, trying to get everything going. Just kind of lost track of time, as per usual. I'm one of the few people live right now on YouTube. Hopefully I get some people in here. There's some new peeps, you know. Right now, I mean, Joe Crown will go live. Chris Peeps. JD will be up later. I'm the only one now on, but, you know. I've realized that a lot of my viewerships come from either something shocking in Raw or something good in Raw. So hopefully tonight brings some people in. But we'll go over Raw here in a second. Just kind of I guess I'm just kind of letting people come in and kind of let everything digest for a second. But honestly, guys, it was actually a really good Raw. I'm not going to say it's a stellar Raw. It was the best Raw of the year by any means. But, you know what? It was... You can't tell me sitting there that you weren't... it wasn't bad. Because it really wasn't bad. A couple people probably disagree with me. Which is fine. But I didn't think it was bad of Raw. Last week was a shit show. The week before that was bad. Holy shit, 33 votes on my Twitter poll. Thank you all so much. That's pretty cool. Wow. And still going up. Thank you. Come over here and talk about it too. 37 votes. Jesus. Wow, a lot of people... Wow, I'm surprised about this. On my poll tonight, I said, what do you think of tonight's Raw? And a lot of people, 50%, 57% of the 37 people that voted say, I threw up, which is my lowest tier I gave for the show. Which I'm actually surprised about. Now, again, I'm not coming up here and, you know, falling in to WWE's trap of, like, you know, we're going to do better. I'm not by any means, but I'm telling you right now that me watching a show compared to what we've got in the last couple weeks, it's a hell of a lot better. On my poll tonight, I said, what do you think of tonight's Raw? Make sure I hear myself, or you guys hear me, I guess. But compared to what we had got last couple weeks, it really wasn't that bad of a show. Wow, we're still climbing up. Holy shit. Still, a lot of people saying 54% of you are saying I threw up. And a lot of people say it was okay. I'm not going to say it was a great Raw. And I'm not going to say it's a bad Raw. But it was a better Raw. It definitely 110% a better Raw. But I guess we'll dive in here to begin with. And of course, every time I miss the first 10 minutes of Raw, something, I don't want to say historic, but something interesting or good happens. Well, coming back from dinner tonight, and I come home at 8:10, and there's Vince McMahon, Roman Reigns, which I knew was going to be on Raw, Dana Bryan, Kofi Kingston. I'm like, these are all SmackDown people. What the fuck are they doing on Raw? And I didn't know what happened until later on, but Roman came out, basically said that he doesn't care where he's a Raw, SmackDown, he'll go anywhere he wants to, and basically called out Vince on his bullshit about, the authority, and, the wrestling fans are the authority, and whatever else, what you have it. And, it was definitely very odd. It was very odd. It was very telling that WWE was kind of jabbing himself, I guess. At it, I suppose. But it was just a very odd segment when Roman came out and said all that. Clearly, WWE kind of knows. Last time they had low ratings like this, we got something kind of like this. Kind of like okay, like where's this going? It's better. And then it went downhill. So we'll see if this, we do this again or we're going to go up. So I don't know. But I'm not going to come up here and tell you that I hate it. I didn't hate it. But the segment was actually pretty good, I thought. But let me see. Afterwards, Bryan came out, I guess. And then Kofi comes out, and all three went in a ring. And Vince said he had an epiphany, which made me fucking laugh. He says, I'm a genius. Which, Vince McMahon is a genius. But he hasn't been a genius since 2009. So, I don't know. But anyways, says that we're going to have what we call a wild card, where 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 3 people from Raw can show up in SmackDown any night or any times. Which doesn't make any fucking sense. Why the fuck would you have the fucking brand split? If you had the brand split, why are people showing up in Raw whenever they're in SmackDown? It doesn't make any sense. Why have the brand split? It's going to get abolished anyways come October. So I'm a little perplexed about that, I guess. I'm just a little angry. Now I'm holding the mic. Now I'm getting angry. So, 62 votes. Holy shit. Thank you all very much. I didn't think it was that much tonight. That's really fucking cool. Yeah, you can still hear me, right? Okay, you can still hear me. I'm clipping a little bit, but whatever. You can hear me is all I care about. But I just don't understand why we're doing this shit where we're kind of having both superstars back and forth. My first thought was they're putting Roman on Raw because the ratings went down when Roman left. Now, I'm not saying that Roman's the reason why the ratings were bad or the show's been bad, and I'm not saying by any means. But it kind of showed to me that maybe they should put Roman back on Raw. Maybe it was a mistake, or maybe they're trying to test the waters. I don't know. But it definitely, I thought it was odd. So this wild card thing, I think, might be an excuse for Roman to come back on Raw and SmackDown. Or it could be an excuse not for just Roman, but people like, for example, Dana Bryan, Braun Strowman, Becky's already doing it. Perhaps Alexa Bliss. This is the main, I guess a couple of the main top 10 superstars. I say superstars. I hate saying that term. You guys know that. I hate saying superstars. Wrestlers. Jumping forward, back and forth each show. So that way they kind of have, I guess, best of both worlds. But then it doesn't make any sense because one show is then better than the other, I guess. I don't understand it. This wild card thing, I rolled my eyes at when I first heard it. So I don't know what the reason is for it. That's my assumption that, since they had the brand split, they thought, or I'm sorry, the shakeup, excuse me, a couple weeks ago, that it's the cause of the shakeup is maybe the reason why the ratings have gone down because maybe it was not such a good shakeup. I don't know. I don't know. But it was definitely interesting that they're doing this. There's a reason behind it. That's my assumption. What do you guys think? That's just my assumption to it all. But I chuckled. I guess a little bit. I chuckled. So 74 votes. Wow, we're heading up there, guys. Thank you very much. I didn't even do anything like complicated. So what do you guys think of tonight's hashtag Raw ? I usually get like 20. I'm gonna get 100 at this rate. So thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Wow. I know 74 tweets or 74 votes is not that much on a Twitter poll, but for a small Twitter page and a small YouTube channel like mine, that means a lot to me. So, and a couple of retweets too. Wow, thank you really much. Thank you. If you guys are following me, if you guys are coming from Twitter, hit that subscribe button. I'm up here after every Raw. I'm losing my voice already. After every Raw, sometimes at the SmackDown, depending on my work schedule. I do a podcast once a week, going over wrestling reviews and going on the news of wrestling, the whole 9 yards. Hit that subscribe button. Let's give the video a like. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on all the outlets here. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, so sometimes I get a little animated. Sometimes I'm a little mellow. Tonight I'm a little mellow. Last week I was fucking livid. 2 weeks ago I was livid. But this week finally I come up here actually calm and collective and actually talk about the show and demeanor. My buddies made fun of me at work because I told them I was an angry man. Angry 24-year-old man comes up here and yells at the computer about wrestling. So if you're into that, hit that subscribe button, I suppose. But I guess after that first segment, I'm just kind of jumping all over the place here. But after the first segment, I had the wild card thing, I guess. That's where I kind of left off at, I guess, right? What do you guys think of the wild card? Thought it was weird. But afterwards, we had fucking Drew McIntyre come out. So this is not SmackDown. It's not SmackDown presents Raw. Whatever he said. AJ Styles come out, and then just basically, then Seth Rollins comes out, and they just kind of fell apart from there. To be honest, then I kind of lost interest. And then somehow Seth and AJ Styles started talking and bickering back and forth and shit. And like I said, the whole Seth Rollins kind of promos are just kind of dry. I love Seth, but it's kind of dry. So I don't know what he needs to do to fix that. But then they put him in a tag team match. I guess before I go forward with that, I guess I forgot to mention that Vince McMahon said there are going to be 2 WrestleMania rematches: Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, which I rather go fuck a stray cat and watch that shit, and we also had Dana Bryan versus Kofi Kingston, which actually was okay with that because it's something new. Because when's the last time we had a world title defended in a world title match on Raw, regardless of what title, Universal or WWE champion? It's been a while, so I was interested in that. But the Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, I couldn't give 2 shits. Could not give 2 shits. So anyways, afterwards, I'm going to jump forward here. Then I guess Seth Rollins and AJ Styles start going back and forth. And Seth says, SmackDown's been on for years before. You're not the one that built SmackDown Live, and all of that. Which I always thought, I hate how he said, this is the house AJ Styles built. It's like, technically it was The Rock. And then it was kind of a whole bunch of people in between that. And then kind of 15 years later. So I kind of hate that. But then Vince says, we're going to put it together. And Seth's like, I'm not wrestling him. I'm not tagging with him. And it's like, yes, you are. And I'm going to find what's the term he used? I don't know, like a competent tag team, I guess. I don't know. And then we get a commercial. And then we come back a commercial. And it's Bobby Lashley. And then, which I knew next was Baron Corbin. And then I think that's when the remotes probably start flickering again. Because, who the fuck wants to see that match? Baron Corbin and... Anytime you see Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley in Raw, I literally just want to tune out. I literally don't care about these guys at all. I thought Bobby Lashley coming back to be a good thing, and it's not. I think Baron Corbin's role is kind of getting a little stale. I get it, like what kind of heel he is, but it's getting a little old for me. I think it's just getting a little rusty. I don't say rusty. I don't know why I said that. I guess it's just getting a little stale for me. He needs to do something else. I wish he had a little ring gear back. I don't know. His new persona, I hate it. But anyways, you had this tag team match. It went forever, I thought. And of course, I don't care about the match, and I didn't watch it. But then the only thing, I guess, significant that happened in that match was that AJ Styles was going for the phenomenal forearm, I guess, and then rather than hitting Baron Corbin, he actually accidentally hit accidentally hit Seth Rollins. And then for some reason, AJ Styles left. And then Seth Rollins gets hit within the days. And Bobby Lashley and fucking Applebee's waiter Baron Corbin win the match. And that was it. So AJ Styles is kind of, I guess, flicking with his heel turn a little bit. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen at Money in the Bank or just him on a tear. I don't know. But I like him as a heel, I guess. I like that. How many votes do we have now? 82. Wow. Thank you. Oh, hit 100. Let's get 100 tonight. That'd be cool. That'd make my night if I hit 100 votes. Says something about my channel. I think I'm finally taking off a little bit, I guess, if you will. Kinda. I have 33 subs, but hey, you know what? You gotta start somewhere, I suppose, right? Let's see here. Just kind of checking everything out. I like to check, like, during my reviews, what everyone else thinks. Not so much so I can repeat it, but I just like to know what everyone else thinks, because, to be honest with you, a lot of people, I kind of think ass backwards, everybody. Everyone thinks, it sucks, or I think it's good, and I think it's good, and everyone thinks it sucks, or whatever you mean. I think it sucks, and everyone thinks it's good, so, I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of ass backwards everything. Yeah. Stupid. All right. So I guess the next we had with this segment was that last match took forever, so I was actually kind of falling asleep during it. But the next segment we had was Sami Zayn come out, and he has something to say, and of course it's just him rambling about, basically the fans. I really think that Sami Zayn is kind of the mouthpiece for the backstage crew and Vince McMahon and all that. So I like him in this role. I kind of wish he'd wrestle now. I don't think he has one match, I think, since he's been back. But other than that, he's just kind of up here, just kind of promoting and, just talking shit on his fans, which is fine. I am fine with that, no problem. But let's move on here. Let's move on. So, anyways, I guess we had a commercial. We come back and you see The Miz standing in the back, waiting for Shane McMahon, which I'll get to in a minute here. But after that, we go back to the ring where Sami Zayn's at and calls the fans cowards. And then out of nowhere, Braun Strowman comes out. SmackDown Live guy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Vince McMahon say it was supposed to be 3 people for this wild card? This is 4 people. Then Lars Sullivan is supposed to be 5. I'll get that in a minute here too. But it doesn't make any sense. Why have the brand split? Why fucking have it? Stupid. But we see Braun Strowman chasing Sami Zayn in the back, and then gets a hold of him, and finally, when does get a hold of him, throws in a dumpster, and then you get this awkward pause of this beeping, and he knew it was a fucking dump truck, and then, Sami Zayn popped out of the dumpster after that little awkward pause. But then you see this dump truck come up, take a dumpster, and put him in the back of the dumpster truck, I guess. So, yeah, a little weird. Kind of like the old, I don't want to say Attitude Era, but it's kind of like the old, WWE thing, I guess. They've done that shit for years, just different variations of it, I guess. So let's see if we go with that. Let's see if Sami Zayn shows up to SmackDown tomorrow for Braun Strowman, but they're outmatched anyway, so I'm not sure what the difference with that would be, or how good that would be, I guess I should say. But after that second, we had the Lucha House Party, which, again, I just turned my TV off. I have nothing against these guys, but they're boring. I don't find them entertaining. It's too childish for me. I know it's a kid show. I know it's a PG show. It's a family show now, but it's too childish for me. So I get it. It's a kid show, but it's still. But then moving on here, I guess we had that match. I don't know how they wrestled. I really don't give a shit. But they won, I think. And after that, we had Ricochet versus Bobby Roode. And I guess who the winner is inserted into the Money in the Bank or gets replaced. I was like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. And then had those awkward Ricochet bullets, pew pew, before Ricochet's music, which I hate. So we had Robert Roode versus Ricochet. And then was actually, I thought, besides the last match of the night, was probably the second best match of the night. I love Bobby Roode, Robert Roode. That stash is fucking glorious, no pun intended. And then I guess somehow they said, we'll explain why this is happening, like the stipulation. Oh, apparently they go back to 2 weeks ago when Bobby Roode was the first person to beat Ricochet in a singles match. And so I guess somehow so he put that on the line. And it was Ricochet versus Bobby Roode, and Ricochet won. So Bobby Roode is not in the match. It's still going to be Ricochet, but a little fun match there. It was actually pretty good match, I thought. So I'm not sure where Bobby Roode lands at, though. I don't know. What does he do now? Go for the U.S. title, but there's Rey Mysterio in that picture, so I don't know. Just kind of weird. I love Bobby Roode. He deserves to do something better than what he's doing now, I think. 90 votes. Dude, come on. Let's get the 100 votes. I will cry if we got 100. Not really. If someone tips me $100, I will cry on this channel. I would literally punch myself so I start crying. But anyways, moving on here, we're a backstage segment where Ray's talking to his son Dominic, and then Ray says, I'm going to the locker room real fast, and Dominic leaves. But as Dominic is leaving, Samoa Joe comes up behind him. We see him following him, and then we fade to commercial. We come back for commercial, and we see Samoa Joe talking to Dominic, which I actually thought we'd come back and we see Dominic on the floor, passed out or something from a beatdown from Samoa Joe. Turns out Samoa Joe is kind of cornering him. He said, I very much look forward to defending this title against your dad, basically. And basically was blaming Dominic for making him look bad, for putting Rey Mysterio on his shoulders last week, and starts yelling at him, and Dominic actually kind of looked like, I don't give a fuck. He really did. He's like, I don't give a shit what you say. So, and he's supposedly training, right? He's training to be a professional wrestler. Is that what I hear? Which is really fucking cool, I thought. So, there's no way he's going to be a high-flying guy like his dad. I could be wrong, but just the way he's built, I just don't see it. But Dominic is a pretty big fucking guy. So, how old is he? He has to be close to my age. Because I remember when he did the whole thing with Eddie, the custody battle thing in 2005, 4. He was close to my age. What's his name? Dominic Mysterio? How the hell do you spell Dominic? There we go. Can't spell Dominic right. Dominic Mysterio. How old is he? I just want to know how old he is. He has to be at least 23. I guess he was 22. Okay, he's close to my age, yeah. So, anyways, he's training, so which is pretty cool. But I was expecting him to get some sort of bump, and there was no bump. So we'll have to see what happens. It'd be kind of cool, kind of get him physical. Something new. Something new, WWE. Moving on here, we had, I guess, Lacey Evans sent an invite out to all the female Raw talent and to watch her compete against a fucking rookie jobber within 3 seconds, and threw a pretty nasty potato at this girl. I mean, it looked pretty fucking real. But then you had all these girls out here, Alexa Bliss, Dana Brooke, Naomi, and Natty all come out there and kind of just watch her and then take her seriously. And then, after the match, Lacey gets on the mic and says, you girls better watch out, because once I win, and one of you guys should win the Money in the Bank, you're wasting your time. You're not going to win. Then Becky Lynch comes out, and they start brawling, and kind of same thing from last week, kind of continuation last week, which I'm actually looking forward to that match a lot. Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch. For some reason, I'm starting to like her a little bit better, I guess. I won't say like twice, but I'm actually starting to really like Lacey Evans. A lot. For some reason, I didn't think I would. It took a while for her to grow on me, but I think I like her. I think I like her as an athlete a lot, and she's really entertaining. I think she's actually a good wrestler, and I think this match between her and Becky Lynch will actually be, I think, pretty decent, pretty good. So next week's probably the last build of that. I guess that had to be last week's the go home show for Money in the Bank. So we had that. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. Then we had the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, Jesus, teaming up and taking on Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Doesn't really care about that match. The Viking Raiders win, or the War Raiders win. I want to dethrone the tag team champions, but take them down a couple notches. So we'll see what that happens. With that, I'm sure it'll be a tag team match of Money in the Bank that no one gives a shit about. But afterwards, then we finally have. Was it tweet from Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt tweeted, "I have decided to drop the answer to the game next Monday. Some of you have come eerily close, but no one has cracked the code. Until the grand review, I have decided to give some clues. Firefly Funhouse." Okay. Well, then after this, I'm just kind of going by WWE's Twitter here, happening in order. We had the third episode of the Firefly Funhouse. And again, it was good. It was eerie. It was creepy. But we start off with Mercy the Crow eating something cute, kind of fuzzy. And we all knew it was kind of like it was one of the stuffed dolls they have talking about beforehand. And he's like, "We're all friends here. Tell me we're eating it." It's Rambling Rabbit, what the fuck his name was. And then Bray Wyatt's like, "It's okay. We all are forgiven. They forgave me and all that." And then they see the next scene of all these kids sitting there, poker face, just dead stare into the abyss, I suppose. And Bray Wyatt said it again. He goes, "I'll light the way if you let me in," or something like that. And then he goes, "We'll see you next week." And then it was just creepy. They had kind of like a pan back to the I don't forget what the glove said. Kind of pan back to that. So it was kind of interesting to see that. I want to say it's gonna be like this. I feel like it's gonna crack. Or I just feel like there's something gonna give. Like this, there's some sort of sensation there. And I feel like something's like just gonna break. I get that vibe. So in episode 4 of that is next week, and I feel like it might be a big one. So we'll have to see what happens with that, I guess. But then afterwards, we had Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. I tuned out. I didn't watch it. I didn't care for it. I'm not even sure who won the match. I think it was Drew McIntyre, actually, from interference with Elias. What the fuck? Elias? I thought we were doing... Oh, my God. What's the point of the shakeup if everyone's just going to the same fucking show? Oh, my God. But anyways, I guess Roman Reigns gets beat down by... I guess Shane McMahon, Elias, and Drew McIntyre. And I guess we go backstage. And then Shane McMahon comes out of nowhere. I'm sorry. Shane's getting into the limo. And The Miz comes out of nowhere, finally gets him, hits him with a steel chair, and beats him down. And then that was basically it. So their match is going to be pretty good. I wasn't a fan of this feud for a while. I'm starting to now. I wasn't to begin with. But, it's starting to get a little interesting now. I don't know why. I was at WrestleMania when I saw them wrestle live, and that spot where they did a superplex, let me tell you what, that was fucking amazing. So you think they kind of built something off with this, Money in the Bank, but we don't know. It could be shitty, but I just have a feeling like The Miz as a person makes it entertaining, and Shane McMahon is awesome anyways. So I feel like those two colliding can always make a good match. I feel so. We'll have to see with that, I guess. I guess moving on here then. We had... I can't remember what happens. I was taking a shower. I was listening to it in the shower. But we had the Revival come out. And then somehow, I forget, I don't know how the hell they did it. But the Usos somehow put Icy Hot on the Revival's balls. Oh, the poor Revival. Do you blame him after this segment? Do you fucking blame him for not taking another WWE contract? WWE was offering him a shit ton of money, and they said no. Do you know why? Now do you see why? But I don't know. This Uso and the Revival thing is going to be good. I think it'll be a good match. But somehow this leads to Ice Hot in their guys' dick. Moving on here, we had Lars Sullivan bringing destruction to Raw, as they put it, and basically destroys No Way Jose, Conga Line, and everything, and it was weird. It was weird. I thought he was on Raw. I thought he was on SmackDown. So what the fuck are we doing? And then WWE tweeted, it seems Vince McMahon just upped the number to 4 superstars in the wild card rule. No, he fucking didn't. You forgot about Elias, you fucking numbnut. Okay, maybe you can claim that he came with Shane McMahon, but it still doesn't matter. I don't understand. This wild card. The wild card doesn't make any sense. Mainly the fucking brand split doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any fucking sense. So, I don't know why we keep doing this shit with other people coming in different shows. This wild card thing is pointless. The brand split is pointless. I'm fine with whoever on the same fucking show. Whoever on this show, I don't care. It's fine. Hell, if you have both, Roman Reigns on Raw and SmackDown, or have everyone in the same show, fine. But just say that, we did the brand split, but we're doing this and that, and so everybody come on the same show, don't make any sense. You lost me. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Let me see. I guess the last thing I'm going to mention is, I guess the last match of the night was Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, and it was a pretty damn good match. It was a very good match, I thought. Of course, it didn't live up to the height of the WrestleMania match by any means, but it was still a pretty damn good match. I enjoyed it. I think we all knew that Kofi was going to retain here. If Daniel Bryan was going to win it, it'd be definitely a shocker for everybody, but Kofi wins clean and defeats Daniel Bryan for the championship, or retains the championship, I suppose. So I guess their feud might be over, maybe. I feel like maybe Daniel Bryan could interfere in the Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston match at Money in the Bank. So we'll have to see what that happens, but it was a pretty good match. Overall, I'm going to give the show a 6, which is the highest rating I've gave it since January. There was a really good show in January, right after they announced they're gonna, have new matches, new superstars, and all that. It was a really good Raw a couple months ago, and every Raw since sucked. So I think, even though I went to in Pittsburgh, I gave it a 4. And I even put my experience there into that rating. So me sitting at home watching this and kind of seeing new shit, even doesn't make any sense. Some of it, I give it a 6. And I give it a 6 because it's something, we did see some new stuff. Yes, it doesn't make any sense. A lot of stuff we're head scratching with. There's a lot of stuff we're kind of rolling our eyes with. But you can't tell me that it was as bad as last week, because it wasn't. And I'm not saying it was a stellar show. I'm not saying it was a bad show. But it was enough for me where I didn't fall asleep. It was good enough where I was entertained through the majority of the night. And I try to not be biased. I try to be as neutral as I can be. As a viewer, as a wrestling fan, and as just like a TV spectator, I suppose. Just want to be entertained. And for the most part, I was. If it was my first time watching wrestling, or someone's flipping by, it would be a good show, I think, and it would make sense for everybody. But everyone who's kept up with storylines and kept up with the Superstar shakeup and he's a big wrestling fan, this show doesn't make any sense. But I was entertained what was on Raw, and it kind of makes you look forward to SmackDown to see who's coming over there. But then again, all of us would be saying the same thing. Why have the Superstar shakeup? Why have the brand split? So, what do you all think? I know a couple of you watching here tonight. What do you all think of tonight's show? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think of the Superstar shakeup? What'd you think? I want to know what you think here.
Superstar shakeup.
Okay, we're good. I'm clipping a little bit. Let me turn my gain down here before I fucking blow up my speakers and blow up your speakers, wherever the hell you're listening on. Let's see if we got 100 votes. Oh my god, we're at 99. No fucking way. Did we make it? Oh my god, 1 vote away. 1 vote away. The majority of the vote saying I threw up is 61%. Wow. Thank you all so much. It's really cool to see that. 100 votes on that. It's really cool to see. Thank you all so much for doing that. I have 1 more vote. I'm just waiting for it. It'll happen. It will happen. Lose my voice here, I guess. How long have we been going for here? About a half hour. Okay. 102 votes. Holy shit. Thank you all so much. I can't believe it. 100 votes. I think that's the most votes I think I've had on one Twitter poll. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I give the show a 6 out of 10. Again, it wasn't phenomenal, but it was good. It was good. Better. It was better. That's a better term. It was better. So what does that bring for SmackDown tomorrow night? You know, is SmackDown going to have the same kind of formula where we're scratching our heads later, or is it going to be different? I suppose. But we're about 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank, so hopefully they kept this up. And we all know why WWE was doing this. They had the lowest rating show, non-holiday show. I hate saying that, non-holiday. Doesn't matter. It was holiday or not. It was the lowest rated show I ever had. But they did it because it was a lowest rating show ever. Spiced it up a little bit. And I like how they kind of called Vince out and began the show, where Roman did saying, you know, you promised all this and that, and we're still getting the same shit. You know, he say shit, of course, but, you know, we're still getting the same stuff we got beforehand. Nothing's changed. So it was cool to see that, and kind of cool to hear that, because it's kind of WWE acknowledging, like, yeah, we're still fucking up, but let's see if WWE fucks up another time, which, you know, I've said this before. Summer months are coming. You have a hard time people coming inside, people staying near a TV or a phone to watch this. If it's not good, we're not going to watch it, especially in the summertime. Let me tell you what, I have so much shit planned for the summer that I actually don't have time to watch Raw. And if it's not worth my time, I ain't going to watch it. I'll still review it, of course, but I don't want to watch it then, you know? So let's see what that happens with Raw. Raw got better this week, guys. It's still not great. It got better, but it's still not great. So let's see what happens to SmackDown. That might be it for me, guys. That was my Raw review for May 6th, 2019. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for checking it out. Thank you for stopping in, saying hi, or whatever else. Follow me on Twitter at JCarg Wrestling. Follow me on Instagram at Jordan_Carg. Follow me on JCarg Wrestling on YouTube and JCarg Music on YouTube as well. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. If you guys want me to stay around for a little bit, I'll stay around for a little bit. I have nowhere to go. I have to be up at half decent time tomorrow, but I'll be on for a little bit if you guys want to hang out and talk and bullshit about Raw. You know? Like I said, I wasn't absolutely 100% on board with it, but, you know, the pile of shit that we got last couple weeks, I'll take it, I suppose. So, I can't believe 104 votes. I usually get 15 or 20 a week. 104 fucking votes. Amazing what retweets and comments and likes do. Jesus. That's nuts. Thank you again. I even said a million times, but I'm very humble about it. And it's really cool to see that. Let's see. Anything else in the news going on? I don't think so. I think it might be it. Dan O'Brien's back, as we've said before, which is awesome. We love Dan O'Brien. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with him. Is he still hurt? Is he, you know, what was his injury? No one knows what his injury was. No one knows what his injury was, so I don't know. So hope he's not hurt that bad. But, yeah. I think unless you guys have anything else to say, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to give it a minute or so. But, like I said, you guys watching here, what did you guys think of Raw? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Do you like the Superstar Shake-Up? Or, I'm sorry, the Wild Card? You know, did you like to change up a little bit? You know, clear was changed up, but it wasn't anything phenomenal. I mean, what do you guys, I'm curious, what do you guys think? According to 104 votes, the average of you, 60% of you said I threw up. And 105 of you now. 6% said great. 9% said good. 26% said okay. 59% said I threw up. Jesus. So, I believe I'm going to get out of here for tonight, guys. Thank you all so much for joining this podcast, this live review. I will not be up tomorrow night. Well, shit, I will be. I'll be up tomorrow night. I forgot. I thought I worked tomorrow night. I work tomorrow morning. I make my own fucking schedule. I don't know what the hell I work. I will be up tomorrow night for SmackDown, and afterwards, let's see, probably Thursday or Friday, looks like the Cardcast episode 5, which I can't believe we're on episode 5 already. Check out for that, and then we'll do all again next week. Then the next week we'll do Monday and Tuesday for Raw and SmackDown reviews. I'll do the card cast. I'll do a separate video for predictions. And then Sunday night, I'll be up here either during or after the Money in the Bank show. So again, thank you all for joining me. You guys have a great night and take it easy. Thank you.